In this lecture, we are going to hopefully conclude our packet snipping tool and put it all together. So in the last lecture, we were able to achieve having our packet get all the login credentials that the user, the victim computer types in a login field containing username and password. So let me come here and uncomment this. So let me remove the comment so that we can have all the output, and then we can also refine this print out so that we can have it just like what we have on line number 35. So we can put this plus sign, meaning a positive message, not an arrow. So and then we can have load the decode. Okay, so let's have possible credentials detected. Possible credentials detected. Okay, sorry, caps lock detected. Detected, and then we can have some little arrows to point us to the possible credentials that were detected. Okay, so let me save it, and then now let's print it out and see the how the output looks like. So I'll just come here, go to the terminal, and then try to rerun the script again. So let me enter my password. Okay, so I'll go to your website. Okay, so we'll go to website, go to this website, log in, and then enter the username, enter my password 123456789, and then I hit login. So let me go back to my terminal and see what I have. Okay, so we can see that our packet snipping tool is working perfectly. It has been able to print out the URL that we visited and the possible credentials that were detected. So we can see URL that was visited, we can see the URL, we can see possible credentials detected. So perfect. So we can stop here, or we can add some little formatting. So let's learn about something new today, and also how we can further format this particular packet snipping tool. So I'll clear the terminal. Now what we are going to add to this our packet snipping tool, we are going to add color formatting. So we are also going to have some, so that it will have a very nice output. We are going to the text that that is being outputted. We are going to add some colors to it to differentiate the login credentials that were detected, and then the URL that were visited. So let's have some demarcation. Apart from having demarcating them with a space, let's also differentiate them with colors. So for text formatting, color formatting, there is a module called Colorama. So this is a module Colorama, and then you can visit the website and learn more about the module. So this is Colorama, and then we are going to import it in this our Python script, and then make use of it to color the text output of our packet snipping tool. And basically, to install it, since you are using Python 3, you say pip3 install Colorama, then you have it installed on your Kali Linux machine. So pip3, because pip the normal pip is for pip2, and we know that Python 2 is deprecated. So we make use of pip3 install Colorama. Okay, so that is what we are going to do. I've already have it installed, so you proceed and install Colorama, module Colorama on your machine. So let's go back to the Sublime Text Editor. So I will say from this module Colorama, I'm going to import init, and then I'm going to import for. So this for init is to initialize the module, and then for is used in color formatting of our text. So the next thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to initialize Colorama. So let me put a comment. I'm going to initialize Colorama. So initialize Colorama. So initialize Colorama. So I'll just init, invoke function init from this module Colorama. So this will initialize Colorama, and then next I'm going to define the colors that I'm going to use. Define colors that I'm going to use to color text my text output. So I'm going to use colors. Let me use red and perhaps okay. Let us use red and red and any color. Let's use red and yellow. So I'm going to say red equals 2. So to red, I'm going to have 4. From this 4, I'm going to get red. This is how we get initialize red. Okay, so red is in capital letter. So red, red. Okay, now also yellow. To have yellow, I'll put yellow, and then I'm going to have 4 dot yellow. And then after we have outputted the text, we'll want to reset our colors back to the color of the text that we have by default on our terminal. So to do that, there is a feature called reset. So I'm going to define a reset variable, and then I call it 4.reset. Now this will reset from the red and yellow color that we have used. It will reset the text to the default colors that we have been having on our terminal. So function 4.reset. So now we are free to use these variables to define the color of our text within our program. So I'm going down to where we are printing our output results, and then I can put the colors that I want. For this analyze packet, I can put the red color here, and to do that, all I have to do using this new way of string formatting, I will just put the curly brace, and then I'm going to put the color that I have defined, red. So now the text output here is going to be printed in red. Requested URL is going to be, and then everything here, also ever text that I'm printing in this particular line 44 is going to be a red color. So, and then after I have printed out so that any other further output will not be printed in red, then I'm going to invoke the reset feature. So reset, so that it will reset the back to the color that I have been having on the terminal. So reset. And then now I'll go down again where I'm also printing another thing, a line 52. I'm going to define the other color. What the other color is? Let me go down. Which color did we define again? Red and yellow. So yellow. So it's going to be yellow. So yellow, and then yellow. So, and then after I have printed the line in yellow, the next output, I don't want it to be in yellow, so I'm going to reset the color by invoking the reset feature. So reset, so that it will reset back the color of the text to what I have been having on the terminal by default. So now let's go and run the script and see the improvement we have done to this code. So I will run this script again. Sudo python 3 packet sniffer py, it is 0, and then hit enter. So there's no any error. That means our program is good. We are good to go. So come back here, and then let me come here, login, enter the username is already there, enter the password 1234567889, and then I'm going to hit login. And then let me go back to the terminal and see what I have as my output. So perfect. So this is how Colorama has been used to make the output more nicer. So you can see our requested URL is red, and then the possible credentials detected is in yellow. So but red and yellow are not the only colors. When you come to the module, where the in the module documentation, you see that there are other 4 colors. And 4, that is 4 that defines text. When you go down, you see that these are for the text, these are the colors you can use: black, red, green, yellow, and the up to white. And then for the background, you can also format the background to black, red, and so you can read further on this particular Colorama module from the documentation. All right. So the next thing that we are going to do now, we are going to make use of our tool, since we have only been using it on our Kali Linux machine to snip packet from our machine, but we can use this tool alongside ARP spoofing tool. Now ARP spoofing tool that we created as earlier, then to place us in the middle of connection between 2 computers, and then now we can snip the packet. So we are going to place ourselves between the Windows 10 machine that we have, and between the Windows 10 machine and the gateway, and then we'll be able to snip the packet that this particular Windows 10 machine will attempt to send. So let me launch the browser in the Windows 10 machine. All right. Okay, so it will launch. So let me go back to the Windows 10 machine, and then before that, let's check our. Okay, so we have already run the ARP spoofing tool. We are familiar with that. Let's go straight ahead and come here, and then let me split this terminal into two. Split it horizontally so that I have. Let me zoom out. Okay, zoom in rather. So, and then now I'm going to run my packet snipping tool, and then also I'm going to run the ARP spoofing tool. So sudo python 3, then ARP spoofing, ARP spoof.py. I'm going to interface specify the victim. So let's go and get the IP address of the victim. What is the IP address? By running the command, Windows command ipconfig, and then we run, hit enter. We are going to see the IP address of this Windows 10 machine, 10.0.2.15, and then make sure they are on the same network. Else, if they are not on the same network as the Kali Linux machine, then this attack will not work. So I can see 10.0.2.15. The gateway is 10.0.2.1. And so they are on the same machine as the Kali Linux box. So the victim is 10.0.2.15, and then the gateway, and where the gateway 10.0.2.1. Okay, so I will hit enter, and then we are going to be in the middle of the, okay, so I must verify my password. Okay, so now we are going to be in the middle of the connection between the Windows. Okay, yeah, so it has started working. So we have already run this tool before. We know, are familiar with how it works. It has now all the packets that are being sent between the gateway and the Windows 10 Windows 10 machine. It will have to pass through our attacking machine called Linux. So we are basically at in the middle attack between the Windows machine and the gateway. Now we are going to snip the packet, and then I will just hit this hit enter so that this tool will also work. Packet snipper will start running. Okay, so and then when we go to the Windows machine, when we let's try to visit some sites. Let's see. Okay, so let's see. Let me go to some site. See. All right. Let me try to get the, because and also this attack basically will work on it will work on Windows. It will only work on HTTP site. It will only work on HTTP site. It's not going to work on HTTPS site that are having HTTPS. Okay, so it's all important that it's only work on. We are only going to see URL requested URL that are made to HTTP site, not HTTPS. So let me get the URL of this web's HTTP based site. I'll just copy it here, and then I'll attempt to visit it from the Windows 10 machine. Okay, so I'll just come here, increase the tab. Okay, so basically what is a most important thing that you should notice is that we can see the internet connectivity of this Windows machine has been cut off, because even though we have placed ourselves in the middle, now when the Windows machine wants to communicate, wants to access a resource from the internet, as we are familiar with what is happening in local area network, it will make a request to the router. Now when the packet leaves the Windows machine and comes to our Kali Linux attacking machine, since we have placed ourselves in the middle, the packet is going to be dropped. The packet will not go through, so it will not be transmitted to the gateway. So the packet are being dropped; they are not going to the gateway, because this is a security feature in Linux that that is what you call packet forwarding, because packet forwarding is not enabled by default. So for us to make our machine, our Kali Linux attacking machine, forward packet that it receives from external host computer, then we have to enable packet forwarding. So to do that, we are going to run another command. So I'm going to split this terminal into two. Let me split it vertically, and then I'm going to run some commands that will enable us port packet that is coming from the Windows 10 machine. Okay, so we are going to run the command sudo. Okay, so if we are on a non-root on a root account, normally we run the command as echo 1 and then we are pushing it into this proc sys net, then IP version 4, then IP forward. Okay, so basically this is how we run the command if we were on a on a root account. But since we are on a non-root account, then we have to run the command. We have to modify the command as sudo bash -c, and then we are going to enclose this in a quotation for this command to work, and then close in a quotation, and then we hit enter. So I'm going to specify my password. Okay, so the command now has executed successfully, and now any packet that is forwarded from the Windows 10 machine will eventually pass through from our attacking machine to the gateway. So there's pretty free flow of packet from the Windows 10 machine and the gateway now. So let's go back to the Windows 10 machine, and then I try to refresh this page and see whether we'll be able to access the internet. Okay, so let me come here and then go to bing.com. Let's see, or any website. Let's see, google.com, google.com, and then hit enter. Let's see whether we'll be able to access Google. Okay, and perfect. We have been able to access Google. And then let's go back to the, though we are, it is a it is HTTPS website, and we won't see much information here. So let's go back and .com, example.com, and then I hit enter. Okay, so now let's go to the okay. So we have been able to example.com. We have been able to visit the site, and as we can see, we have output from our packet sniffer. Packet sniffer has been able to detect and capture packet for us. We have requested URL, google.com requested URL. So we have seen our packet sniffer in work. It has been able to snip packets that are emanating from the Windows 10 machine, and they are following through our Kali Linux attacking machine to the gateway, and then from the response also from the gateway back to the Windows 10 machine will follow freely through our Kali Linux attacking machine back as a response back to the Windows 10 machine. So this is basically our packet snipping tool, and we have successfully scripted and implemented a packet snipping tool using Python programming language.